Amazon is constantly evolving and you have to make sure you always know what's new and you're testing it. My name is Sharel, I'm the team leader at Nomads, and in the past few months I experimented a lot with AMC, Amazon Marketing Cloud, and in this video I want to show you all the best practices that I found and how you can with AMC grow your sales and more importantly improve your profits. I'm going to show you which brand will benefit from AMC and which brand probably don't need to use it. So let's start with the basics. What is AMC? If until now we could have decided which keywords we want to spend on and which placement in Amazon we want our ad to appear on with the placements, now we can also decide which people we want to see our ad. So we can decide the keywords, we can decide the place, and we can decide also the people who will watch our ad. And this is huge because instead of wasting our money on non-relevant shoppers, we can actually boost our conversion with more relevant audience. Now, which brand will benefit from it? If you're already using DSP, probably you don't need to use the AMC campaigns because you're already using audiences in DSP. If you are a new brand or have new launches, I highly suggest to stick with the things that work the best, like sponsor product exact, sponsor product phrase, and all the regular campaigns. But if you're a well-established brand, if your product's already well-established and you're profitable and you have, let's say, 10% to spend and experiment, I highly suggest you to start play with AMC and see if it's worked for your brand. And remember, if you have good ACOS, it doesn't necessarily mean those campaigns helping to your brand. You need to always see whether in the total sales, your sales are going up or down. For example, let's say you take audience of people that have high likelihood to purchase and you have amazing ACOS, but you don't see your total sales go up. Maybe you're cannibalizing your sales like many times sponsored display does. So as I mentioned, if you have well-established brand and you want to test AMC, this video is for you. So second thing, where can you find the AMC? So if you go to your ad console and then you click on the measurement and reporting, you will find this Amazon Marketing Cloud. Amazon Marketing Cloud is divided into two. One, you can build your own audiences. Second, you can build your own reports, which is super cool. But for the sake of this video, I want to show you the best practices for launching better campaigns. If you have any question regarding reporting or you want me to create a video about reporting in the future, let me know in the comments. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to focus on launching campaigns. So this is the homepage of AMC. And if we'll go to use cases, you can start with audiences that Amazon already created. I highly suggest before you go too deep into AMC, because it's a huge topic, start with the audiences that Amazon created. And in this video, I'm going to show you which audiences worked well for our brands. So if you go to use cases and you click on audiences and you filter with no code because we want already to have the relevant templates, you can already see a set of audiences that Amazon created, like high value audience solution, audience ready to upgrade, audience that added to cart but did not purchase, audience of high value new brand customers. If you use brand tailored promotion, probably it's similar to those audiences. The only difference is that here you can advertise based on keywords. Third thing, before you start to create those audiences, I want to explain you the bid multiplier. Because if you're going to create an audience and you're going to, let's say, tell Amazon to put 100% placement on these audiences, it's going to spike your bids, but maybe not as you imagine. And I want to give you an example. Let's say your base bid is $2 and your AMC audience modifier is 50% and your top of search placement is 200%, your bid can reach to $9. So as I mentioned, AMC is very interesting to test. It can boost your conversion, but you need to make sure you're not overspending. So you need to be very conservative. I highly suggest before you start playing with your placements, play first only with the audience. Create a campaign, create the audience, and boost only the audience campaign and boost only the audience placement, and only then start adjust the top of search, rest of search, and product pages. Now, how you create an audience? You can click on one of the audience that are relevant. From my experience, audience of high value new to brand is really good. Audience that added to cart but did not purchase, same. And audience based on high value customer, also. Those three audiences perform really well with the portfolio of our brands, and I'm going to show you later the results. So let's say you want to create the audience of high value new to brand. You click on the audience and here you can create it. You choose the advertiser, it's your own brand. I highly suggest putting rule-based audience because you want Amazon to only target this audience. You don't want Amazon to go too broad. Usually when you let Amazon to go too broad, you cannot experiment well because you don't really know what's happening. Add the name, data range. If you're a big brand, 30 days is fine. If you're a smaller brand, you can do a year or 90 days. It should be better. Here again, if you're a bigger brand, if you're supplements, beauty, I highly suggest only new to brand because this is the key to grow sales and grow, subscribe, and save. And then you click create audience. It can take up to 24 hours to see the audience, so you need to be patient. Now in the ad console, I filter all the audience campaigns. We call them audience for easier navigation. And we can see in September that we spent $2,000 but gained $6,000 on audiences. Now as I mentioned at the beginning, beginning, even if the ACOS sounds fine, even if the ACOS looks good, you have to check your total sales and see if you see a spike there or spike in your ranking. Now, after you created the campaign, you can go to your bid adjustments and you will see all placement, which you already know: top of search, rest of search, product pages. You will see Amazon business placement, which is very similar to audience. It's just all the business customers. And then here you will see another tab, audience. You can change audiences, you can add audiences. And here, for the example, for this campaign, we used Amazon built-in audience, high interest based on shopping history. And we can see that for this campaign, the ACOS was slightly lower for the audience. And half of the sales actually, or more than half of the sales, came from this audience. And although the CPC was higher, so we pushed higher, our CTR was better and probably our conversion was better. Now, when you test audience campaigns, you want eventually to isolate and make sure you're only getting clicks on the audience. So let's say put 100% at the beginning, but constantly raise the audience and lower the bid until you will make sure you're only getting clicks on the audience. This way you can have a proper test. Because if you have campaign that only spend on audience, you can really see if the ACOS is good, if your rank is improving, if you're getting more sales. There's 3 campaigns that I advise you to launch. One is sponsor product exact with the most competitive keywords you have. Let's say the top 5 keyword in your rank radar in search volume, you are position 1, amazing, but maybe you have broader keywords that are still relevant, but you never had good rank of them. Okay, let's say you're selling cat tunnel and cat bed is huge keyword and it's slightly relevant, but you never got sale on it. You can create sponsor product exact with all the most competitive keywords in exact low bid and put the high interest based audience or high likelihood to purchase, new to brand, on high placement. And from our experience, we saw that those campaigns tend to have lower ACOS. Now, I didn't see the rank improving that much, but I did see that we start to gain more sales for those keywords that we never had good sales before, or we used to have only high ACOS. So this is one very cool campaign to test. Second campaign, which is super cool, is auto. Now, I know when you're creating auto, there's probably so many keywords that you can spend on, and it's very important to have negation, but I suggest you to create auto with less amount of negation than regular, low bid, and put the placements. You can create 3 autos, one for new to brand, one for likelihood to purchase, and second to abandon cart. And in this way, you give Amazon lots of keywords, lot of room to maneuver, but you can see if you can get better ACOS with these audiences. And number 3 is have broad campaign. Create a broad campaign with super broad keyword, maybe your most competitive keywords or single keywords, and then have the highly value audience solution. And in this way, again, you give Amazon more control, but you limited the people who are watching those campaigns. Those 3 campaigns, from my experience, worked very well. I did see that the total sales going up, but again, it was something like 5 to 10%. We need to remember that when Amazon launching new things, it's interesting and cool to test them, but we also need to stick with the things that we know helping our brand to grow the most. And you as a brand owner know the best. So as a summary, if you don't using DSP and you're already a mature brand, you have enough margin and you're willing to test AMC, test the campaigns I mentioned, try to isolate that each campaign will spend only on the audience and try to have one campaign for each audience. And in this way, you will see who is the winner and who generate you more sales when you're checking your total sales. Let me know in the comments below which campaign you used and which campaign gave you the most amount of results. Thank you so much. And if you have more questions about AMC or you want me to make more AMC videos in the future, let me know in the comment below. Thank you so much.